Hello everyone, I am Antika and welcome back to my channel, and here I discuss about the books, I give reviews, and I also share my insight about the books that I read so that it becomes easier for you to choose. Today I'm going to discuss about the very new and fresh book of Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni, The Last Queen. Guys, this book is spectacular. I mean, you have to read this book, else you will be missing out a lot. Normally what I do is when I buy a book, I read the synopsis or the blurb, but when it's Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni, I just don't give any second thoughts. And also the cover, oh my god, it's so regal, it's so royal, and the hard covers are always love at first sight, don't you think so? So yeah, coming back to the book, this book is about the tale of Maharaja Ranjit Singh and his youngest wife Rani Jindan Kaur. Now if you don't know, it was Maharaja Ranjit Singh who overlaid the sanctum of the Golden Temple with a gold foil after it was attacked numerous times by the Mughals and the Afghan armies. Now he was a man of power and charisma, and he held Punjab together with his personality. He was enchanting, and he got married to Rani Jindan Kaur because he fell in love with her in spite of the huge age gap and the difference in their social classes. She was the most beautiful queen and loved of Maharaja Ranjit Singh. They also were blessed with a boy named Dalip Singh who had to ascend the throne at 6 years of age. Now, doesn't that sound like a fairy tale, a perfect fairy tale? But actually, in reality, it's a heart-wrenching tale of a woman who remained a hidden figure and never made it to our history books or our media. Those were uncertain times when the British used to rule India, and after the death of Maharaja Ranjit Singh, the situation worsened, and the family members of the royal family, they started fighting against each other to claim the throne, and the enemies outside, they kept a keen eye on the advancement of the situations because they were ready to strike the family, the empire, when they were at their weakest, when they were vulnerable. Rani Jindan Kaur had to flee with his son in order to save him from the clutches of death, and there were plottings all around and endless hunger for powers, and some nefarious murders were being made, but she made sure that she had to keep herself and her son alive so that one day, if luck permits, then her son could become the king of Lahore and could ascend the throne. After the horrifying and gruesome deaths of some family members of the royal family, Maharani Jindan Kaur became the regent queen when his son Dalip Singh ascended the throne, but the good times didn't last longer. From there, she instigated and fought wars against the Britishers twice with the help of the Khalsa warriors, but she was defeated because she had no experience in warfare, and some horrible decisions led to her downfall. The British made sure to break her, and that's why they separated her from his son to gain advantage over her, and she was imprisoned, she was exiled, her character was maligned. They started a campaign against her, calling her a seductress. They tried to break her from all sides, but she was a very headstrong woman. She escaped from the clutches of the British and sought an asylum at Kathmandu. Why I like this book and why I would definitely recommend this book to everyone is because the author deftly paints the picture of the then Lahore with ultimate exquisiteness, richness and brightness, and she brings back the aura of that century. I mean, the words like Diwani Am, Diwani Khas, Zenana and Sish Mahal is definitely going to ring a bell in your ears. Now this book is divided into 4 phases: the girl, the bride, the queen and the rebel. So that pretty much sums up the phases of Maharani Jindan Kaur's life. Now these phases were not rushed by, they were explained in detail, and the author is extremely eloquent in weaving magic, drama, and suspense around this historical figure, and also the dialogues were in perfect intonation. There are instances in this book about the murders of the members of royal family and about the performance of sati by the queens on the pyres of their dead husbands and the plotting of nefarious plans to attack them. They are definitely going to give you chills and goosebumps. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps while I'm saying this. And so yeah, and lastly, although this book revolves around Maharani Jindan Kaur, the role of the other female characters were not unnoticed. I mean, the roles of Maina Khan, Guddan, Chand, and Bibi, they played an important part in shaping up the character of Maharani Jindan Kaur. Their plights, their sorrows, their happiness, each and everything was discussed in detail and was penned down beautifully in this book. What I did not like about this book, I'm sorry, but there's none, because I just loved this book. And if you want to read and know more about Rani Jindan Kaur, then definitely grab this copy. And if you want to read more books of Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni, then the links of those books are given in the description box below. And also I have made a video on 2 other books of Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. If you want, you can check them out. So that's it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Read in between the lines, signing off. Till then, be happy and keep reading.